He is able to pay up his balance. He is able to afford to pay for the court work program, Judge, any fees that are associated with that. And he will be going to probation, Judge, to make any other arrangements.
Let me see the police report, please.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, you had all right. Crack pipes at Trenton High School falling out of your pants. Did you do anything after you went inpatient?
What do you mean?
Did you do anything? Did you get any kind of treatment? Did you go to AA? Do we have proof that you did anything since you've been out of inpatient treatment?
No, I've went to some NA meetings.
Don't.
No, I've been to some. I'm not saying.
Okay, let's see your proof of that.
I don't have proof of that. I went when I was living in the three-quarter house.
How long was he inpatient, Mr. Gates?
18 days or before I got the certificate, 19 days.
Any thoughts?
I don't have a lot of thoughts, Your Honor. As far as Mr. Schmidt's concerned, I mean, he had plenty of opportunity to communicate. An 18-day inpatient program is very small.
I ordered 3 months. I said 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, we communicated with him by email, by mail. So if he was homeless from the address on Windsor, we did try to communicate with him by email as well. And at this point, you know, this February will be his 2-year marker at this point. So, February of 24, I think, is when he was placed on probation.
Judge, I mean, Mr. Schmidt had no prior violations for these items. Obviously, he was going through some issues. Now that he says he's cleared up all his other issues and can focus on getting his life together, Judge, he's more than willing and able to comply with the court's order. We ask the court to give him an opportunity to do so.
At least I've improved myself to you guys. If I mess up again, go ahead and throw the book at me. But let me show you that I can.
You did nothing.
I realized I did nothing.
You
I
did
was in a
nothing.
really bad area. But now I'm good. I got my head on straight. Let me prove to you that I can do this, please.
Warrant was issued for your arrest 5 days before I sentenced you. I don't know if I was aware of it or not, for assault or assault and battery, and as far as I can tell, you haven't taken care of that yet, have you?
Well, when I looked at my name,
True or false?
the only thing when I looked up for my name, this is the only warrant I had. If I saw a second one, I would try to deal with that too. I'm trying to.
Amy, can you run his lien again?
Sure.
So we're gonna find out if you were lying to me or not. Because I show a warrant from November of 23 out of Dearborn Heights and another one from February of 24 out of Dearborn Heights.
If it wasn't online. This one was. That's how I found out that I had this one.
What'd you think? We threw the file in the garbage?
No, I didn't.
Well, come on. You got a big problem here, young man. I understand addictions. I understand drug problems. I get it. That's why we have a sobriety court and have had one. But you didn't get yourself any help. You went in for 18 days. That was, I wrote down, twice a week, after inpatient completed, and I said you're to remain inpatient at Oakdale until released, having successfully completed inpatient, then to attend IOP and complete it. Did you walk out of there?
Got a ride, Uber to the 3 courthouse from Oakdale.
How long were you in the 3-quarter house?
2 weeks until that was the free stay, and then I had no one to keep paying.
2 weeks, you said? I'm sorry, did I understand you correctly? 2 weeks?
Sorry, what?
Did you say 2 weeks you were in the 3-quarter house?
Yep. When,
Where was that at?
Inkster and Cherry Hill.
What's the name of it?
I don't know, but this guy that owns Bush something, a landscaping company in Westland. It's right off of Ann Arbor Trail.
That narrows it down. You don't think I know who owns Bush Landscaping?
I just know he has a bunch of houses. I didn't know if it was in the court system or, you know what I mean, whatever.
Judge, Mr. Schmitz says if he tests today, he'll come up clean. So he's made some progress, Judge, I would argue. He did walk in on his own, so that shows some initiative for him to take care of his outstanding.
I know, but we do not have he doesn't have enough time here, in my view. I gave him 20 months. There's only 7 months left while I can have him on probation.
I think he'll make a dedicated effort to finish everything.
I'll do anything he asks me to do. I'm ready to keep on going.
June 11th, he walked in on warrant, but left before meeting with attorney or seeing judge.
The ride that I had to go.
What time did you walk in?
I think 10 o'clock, no, 9:30, and we left at like 10:45.
Did you talk to a lawyer?
I didn't get to see anybody. I just sat there waiting. And then finally my ride was like, I gotta go. I was like, all right, let's go. I came back as soon as I could. I was working under the table until I got a car. Got a car, I'm driving out here. Now I gotta leave the job after that warrant got dropped. I'm trying to get everything dealt with. Trying to get out of the place I'm staying at. Get my own place. Bring my family. I can't do that in the jail cell.
Point 7411 status is revoked. Conviction entered. And I will sentence him right now. All right. All right, anything you want to say in addition?
I have no. Do you have no?
My case?
Can I have another first page of the register? For a misdemeanor. Is there anything else that anybody'd like to say before I sentence him? I mean, yeah, just the first page. Misdemeanor. Mr. Gave, anything else?
I have nothing else, Judge. I would ask the court to consider, although the 7411 was revoked, Judge, I would ask the court to continue to keep Mr. Schmidt on probation. I believe that he is sincere when he says that he is dedicated to resolving these issues and carrying and fulfilling the conditions the court requests him to do. I don't know that at this point, Judge, jail would do anything more than just hinder his progress, because he does have a job. He's only been there 2 weeks. It's steady employment. It's good money. He's in the process of getting some money together so he can move into an apartment with his family. So I think I would ask the court to consider maybe additional probation for the remainder of the time. Just that jail time would not serve, would not do anything to help his efforts.
So he spent 3 days in jail initially. Anything else? Ms. Wilds, do you have anything else? I know I asked you. There's nothing for you really to say here.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke with Mr. Schmidt on Zoom on the date of sentencing. He was well aware of, his obligations after treatment. Like I said, we reached out to him twice by mail, once by email. And I haven't heard from him from the time that I spoke with him on Zoom. So he's fully absconded. I know counsel said no prior violations, but of course there's no prior violations when he absconds.
This is a new sentence. I just want everybody to be aware. So it's $100 fines, $500 costs, $600. I'm going to give you credit for 21 days served. I'm going to take you at your word on the inpatient. I'm going to order 51 days credit, 21 served, 30. You'll serve 314 more days if fines and costs are not paid. You can start to pay. I'm going to give you some time to get your feet on the ground. So 50 a week you start paying beginning October the 10th, 50 per week beginning October the 10th. So you're going to serve 30 days. And again, if you don't have the money to pay 50 per week beginning on October 10th, or you have that one, have the next one, don't have one, you call the court, we'll go on Zoom, or you can walk in here on or before the due date of 8:30, and I'll be glad to give you an extension. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. Do you understand all that?
Yeah.
I wish you would have taken advantage of this. I really do. Good luck. People against Daniel Burton. Daniel Anthony Burton, 25F244060. Hang on 1 second on this.
Daniel Burton.
Beth, has he been in custody?
He has.
So,
It's the sentencing date today.
It was just a victim notified, not a PSI screening. Pam did contact her
I see,
because we weren't aware
I
that he was
see.
coming in. But she did speak with the victim and she left details on the voicemail and she even faxed the letter over to them.
And they didn't respond.
Exactly.
Is the victim, is there anybody here from Walnut Creek Apartments here? Walnut Creek Apartments here? Anybody? All right. So he pled in front of me back on June the 5th, actually in front of Judge Hessen, and then we set it for sentence, failed to appear June 26th. Then a bench warrant was issued, and then he was arraigned on July 28th by Judge Hessen. And this was set for sentencing today. You want to say anything?
Oh, I will, Your Honor. My client realizes the error in his decision that particular evening. He went to go see his child, who he hadn't seen in at least 6 months. His mother refused to allow him to have any contact with the child. He knew he was trespassed at the time. We've taken the time to talk, and he understands that there's a proper legal route to resolve that circumstance. I told him he needed to go to family court. You get that worked out, get some official parenting time, so forth and so on. He understands that and really understood it during his time since he's been incarcerated. There was a better way. So I made sure he understands there's an option to not be put in this situation in the future. He does not plan to be in this situation ever again, Your Honor. He's learned from this. My client's been in jail now about 5-6 days.
He's also got about 14 warrants out for him. You don't show up in court.
Well, Your Honor, my understanding is from talking to my client, is that he has been steadily taking care of these matters. He's in the process of that. If there's some outstanding.
This was run July 28th.
Well, again, Your Honor, he's in the process. He knows there's still some matters he needs to clear up. But he's a young man, he's 25. He knows he's made some mistakes, so he's tired of going through this process, Your Honor. I'm hoping the court will take that into consideration here in sentencing.
Scale of 1 to 10, your respect for the system is a negative 7,816. I don't know who you think you are. I don't know who you think you are. I don't understand this. You don't show up for court.
Okay. I live in Livonia. I don't have means of transportation. I don't have a vehicle. Typically, I drive a bike or I use the bus. Due to the fact that this courthouse is in Woodhaven, there's no active bus line for me to reach my location. I do have outstanding warrants. 90% of them are for driving. I don't drive anymore.
You know what?
This is my last court case or active warrant for Flat Rock, or I should say even this district in general. I'm working at one city at a time. Currently, I'm working on Flat Rock. My family's leaving from this area, so I should too.
I'm talking
I made
about
a mistake, and
mistakes are one thing. Not showing up in court is another. I want you to think about what you just told me. I know there's this big prevailing attitude now that let's do everything by Zoom. Then people don't have to get rides. They don't have to walk. They don't have to take a bicycle. I get it. I've said this to my closest friends multiple times, and I will say it to you, Mr. Burton. There's only one of 3 ways you come in here to this courthouse. There's 7 cities and townships. You either live here, you drove here, or you got a ride here. It's the only way. Unless you're taking a helicopter or something, I don't know. There's only one of 3 ways you can make it into this jurisdiction in front of judges here. And I love when I hear that, because it's like, really, you could get here to commit the crime, but now you can't get a ride to come and go to court. You were just here. This incident just happened back on May 29th. You were in this jurisdiction. How'd you get here?
I rode a bike.
You rode a bike from Livonia to Walnut Creek Apartments?
Correct.
Well, then you could have ridden a bike to get here for court.
Also, there was a little bit of confusion because I had another case with Flat Rock. I thought everything, once I was completed with probation, I didn't fully understand that I had another trespass.
Son, I just want you to think about what I said. This is a trespass. This is not the biggest case I'm going to see in the next 20 minutes. I just want you to think about what you're saying and what you're doing here.
I understand I need to take responsibility for my actions.
And it didn't sound like you did. Where were you working?
Well, I did have a really good job. Actually, I was supposed
Where?
to start on Monday.
Wait a minute.
As a distribution.
We're supposed to start Monday?
Yeah, but
Everybody's starting work when they get put in jail. I was supposed to start a job that day. Where?
it's in Melvindale.
What's the name of it?
Adams Distribution.
If I get on who'd you deal with? Who hired you? What was his name?
It was the security guard.
A security guard. What's his name?
Her name was Miss Oldman.
They're gonna hire you in security?
Yes.
So if I get on the phone right now and I call Ms. Oakman at that location, you're telling me she's gonna verify that you were supposed to start a job on Monday?
If you could contact her, it's a U.S. import plant. So it's very difficult to
There's nowhere for them to look at that.
Hey, I need you to mute, thank you.
The bottom line is, if you recall, she would verify that you were in some job.
Is this the only case he's in custody on?
That's my understanding, Your Honor.
I mean,
But I suggest the court sentence him to 7 days jail time. So you've been in jail for 7 days. You got time to think about it. It's not that it's,
I can promise you now that I will not be returning back to Flat Rock.
what day were you picked up on the warrant? Judge Hessen arraigned you
Sunday.
on Monday.
so.
Well, that's not 7 days, that's 5 days, right?
Well, the original charge, he was in custody, I think, for a couple of days when he got arrested on this matter. It was at least 2 days there, as I understand.
Mr. Burton, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Did you graduate?
Yes.
Well, you hesitated. You either did or didn't. If you didn't, you just be honest with me. I'm telling you, you didn't.
No, I didn't graduate.
Well, then why'd you tell me you did?
I don't know, I just feel better for the case.
I know, you can tell the judge whatever you want, and you think the judge will buy it.
Well, Your Honor, I think my client might be a little embarrassed about that fact.
Oh, come on. I mean, listen, I know what you're doing here. You're doing a great job. I love working with you or having you representing these individuals. But come on. I mean, I can let a lot go, but I think I want to call Ms. Oakland. Do you have a phone
Her
number?
number.
Pardon?
I don't even know her number.
You weren't going to get a job there, were you?
I had to appear in person on Monday.
Sir, you didn't get hired there, did you? You were going to get an interview, right?
Correct.
Well, then why'd you tell me you got hired if you were just getting interviewed?
It was almost certain that I was gonna be working there.
Who told you that?
The security guard themselves, I just needed to show up to the interview.
I can't justify keeping you in jail. Listen to me very carefully. This is the beauty of the system. And I don't care if you're in this courtroom or down the hall or in any courtroom. We have a sense of fairness about us. And sir, that is the only thing that's going to save you here. Because I cannot rationalize putting in somebody in jail for longer because they were going over, even in violation of a do not enter this property order, to go visit their child. If you come back on it again, you're going to have a massive problem with me. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll give you a chance. 200 fines, 200 costs, 75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment, 40 in attorney fees. Your total's 565. 12 days jail, credit 7. I'll let you serve the other 5 days to community service. And I'm going to give you all the way until September 30 to complete 40 hours of community service to satisfy that. I do not expect you to go back to Walnut Creek Apartments. Do we understand one another?
Yes.
You are very lucky that I need to go home and look myself in the mirror. And I'm not going to be overly harsh with you, even though you probably, for the whole segment here, deserve that. I'm going to let you pay this at the rate of $30 per week. And I'm going to start this beginning on September the 5th. You understand?
Yes.
If you don't have the money, you call the court, we'll go on Zoom. Look, I don't think you're coming back, but I'm telling you, if you don't, you're going to serve the remaining, when you come in on the warrant, you are going to serve the remaining time in jail. Do you understand that? And that remaining time in jail will be an additional 78 days. Do we understand one another?
Yes.
That's if you don't do your community service or pay your fines. You understand that?
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand.
Bert, Mr. Bert, time to grow up. Time to grow up. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Christian Bush.
All right, let's talk about that. This hearing with Judge McNally was a study in how a court balances patience, accountability, and a touch of tough love. The morning opened with the case of Mr. Schmidt, a defendant whose probation history was complicated by incomplete treatment, warrants, and a spotty track record of communication with probation officers. Judge McNally clearly understood the context addiction issues, unstable living situations, but he also made it plain that Schmidt had been given ample opportunity to follow through. An 18-day inpatient stint when 3 months were ordered. No proof of follow-up meetings and outstanding warrants didn't help his cause. Even with defense counsel pressing for continued probation over jail, the judge emphasized that time was running out and the compliance window was nearly closed. In the end, McNally revoked the 7,411 status, sentenced him with credit for time served, and set structured weekly payments, leaving the door open for extensions if Schmidt stayed in contact. Then came Mr. Burton, a trespass case with a backstory. Burton's explanation for failing to appear in court boiled down to transportation issues, but the judge wasn't buying it. McNally zeroed in on the inconsistency. Burton had managed to bike to the scene of the incident, but claimed he couldn't bike to court. That, plus some wobbly claims about a new job that turned out to be only an interview, tested the judge's patience. Yet despite calling out the embellishment, McNally took the broader view. He recognized that this wasn't the most serious matter on the docket and acknowledged Burton's desire to see his child, while firmly warning him that a repeat appearance would go badly. Instead of stacking on more jail time, the judge imposed fines, partial community service in lieu of remaining days, and a clear payment plan. The tone throughout both cases was consistent, direct, no nonsense, but not without empathy. McNally listened, gave defendants space to speak, and weighed their circumstances. But he made sure they understood the real-world consequences of missed opportunities, evasions, or half-truths. What stood out most was his insistence on personal responsibility. Whether it was reminding someone to document treatment progress, pointing out that prior compliance claims rang hollow, or challenging flimsy excuses for non-appearance, the judge made it clear that showing up, telling the truth, and following through are non-negotiables. By the end of the session, both defendants left with structured paths forward, Burton with a second chance, tied to service and payment deadlines, Schmidt with a more rigid but still manageable probation tail. It was a classic McNally morning, a mix of candid reality checks, guarded leniency, and the reminder that in this courtroom, the judge's word comes with both accountability and an opportunity to do better. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one,